Hi, yeah. Yeah, just give the heading. Thereafter, no. Yeah. Whatever is to be written, etc. Don't worry, I'll tell you. As of now, you just give the heading. That's it. Whatever I write, you don't write because, anyways, we have to do that later. Okay. I have it ready for you. See. So relax. Okay. That is my job. Let me do it. CA day. Thank you. Yeah, yeah. Belated. You didn't wish me yesterday. Yeah. That's rude. Yeah. Hi, yeah. Like this, you should do. Vidhi, thoda to yaar. Yeah, Rishabh, you did. Yeah. Huh. Yesterday we did partying and all also. Yeah. Didn't miss you. Huh. Those who wished we did party, it seems. No worry. Had lectures only all day. See, no, giving back to the society. Yeah, there was a cake, but then cake was normal. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. People should give stationery on CA day to me. Yeah, they don't. Give a piece of cake and they're like, okay, take it. As if being CA is a piece of cake. I know. Really. It takes so much away from you and they're like, I'll give you a piece of cake on CA day, it seems. Rude, yeah. Oh my god. No, Ray, nothing of cockroach was there, luckily. Yeah, yeah. Hey, audit of banks. Your banks chapter in accounts has happened, no? Eh. In accounts, there is advanced accounts, there is banks chapter, yeah. अरे यार अरे यार I was like, you will have a background of it, then I'll start, yeah. What the hell? Anyways, without background also we can start. Then you will have background there. So there you can show off. Exactly. Now listen. Hey, a very small chapter, yeah, cute chapter. Examination, if at all it comes for 4 to 5 marks. It has that weightage only. Yeah, yeah. What boss? Huh. As if this is not enough for you, it seems. Get 4, 5 first. 40 will happen slowly. Like that, I'm telling. Arey, slowly and steadily. No. Thoda thoda karke it will happen more like that. हाँ मतलब I didn't mean it that ways, but अच्छा. Now listen now. Okay. You know, when we people had done chapter number 1, which was way back, okay, in time, yeah, distant past, we people had done different types of audit. Anybody remembers how many different types of audit are there? Two different types of audit. Correct. Can you tell me which two? Correct. One is statutory, other is voluntary. What is statutory? Can I say statutory is something which is compulsory under law? Correct. What do you mean by voluntary? Compulsory or not compulsory? Not compulsory. Can I say it is carried out to achieve some purpose? If you people remember, any purpose will be any advantage of auditing, basically, in order to nothing but I hope as increase credibility or to obtain loans or to settle the disputes, etc. Okay. Now, when we did statutory, if you remember, we had taken examples. Now, what are the examples which were there? Can I say company audit, which we have already done? Apart from that, if you people appreciate, income tax audit was there, banking audit was there, then ultimately, I hope realize cooperative society audit was there. Any audit which is required under an act of the parliament. You remember? In that, there was nothing but banking audit. So use common sense. When you people audit bank, think and tell me. Then this audit will be which type of an audit? Correct. Can I say it is a statutory audit? So again, the auditor will be which auditor? Correct. Can I say statutory auditor? Can I say qualifications we already know of the statutory auditor? Can I say either a chartered accountant individual or a firm of chartered accountants? Firm of chartered accountants when majority of the partners are practicing CAs. Till here all cool? All cool. But can I say firstly, when you people talk about audit of banks, it is a which audit? Statutory audit. It is covered by? Correct. Can I say it is covered by nothing but Banking Regulations Act 1949? Correct. So ultimately, can I say every banking company will have to follow the Banking Regulations Act 1949? Now, can I say auditor will have to audit that whether the financial statements are maintained as per the Banking Regulations Act or not, and thereafter he has to give an opinion. Now, talking about nothing but Banking Regulations Act 1949, can I say financial statements will be prepared by the management as per this act? Now, there is a certain Form A. This is why I wanted that accounts chapter to happen. And there is a certain Form B. Form A is basically nothing but for balance sheet, and Form B is basically for P&L. Basically, what is this? It is a format. Format given by which act? Banking Regulations Act 1949. And it is a format which is given under same schedule number. Which one? 3. But it is schedule 3 not of the Companies Act. Huh? It is schedule 3 of the Banking Regulations Act 1949. So can I say every banking company will have to prepare their financial statements as per schedule 3 of the Banking Regulations Act 1949. And the P&L is Form B and balance sheet is Form A. Auditor will have to check whether the schedule 3 is followed or not, whether the format of balance sheet is as per that Form A or not, whether the format of nothing but P&L is as per Form B or not. So can I say our job as an auditor is to check whether they have followed the statutory requirements or not. Till here all okay? Acha, something more ahead. Now can I say every banking company will also have to follow, can you tell me which standards? Accounting standards. So ultimately auditor will also have to check whether accounting standards are followed or not. If you people appreciate accounting standards, we people also tell by the name what? FRF, that ultimately whether in the financial statements FRF are followed or not. Till here all cool? All cool. Now see, there are different types of banks which you already are aware as such, but in detail you will learn the type of banks when ultimately your chapter on banks will happen, not here. Here also, you will not learn the format of balance sheet. You will not learn the format of P&L, because that format of P&L balance sheet you will learn in that chapter which is there in accounts. Also, there you will learn that for every loan given by the bank, you have to make provisions. What provisions are to be made, that also you will learn in nothing but the banking chapter. So here what we people are basically focused is on the auditing aspect of it. That if you are the auditor, then what all points you will have to check if you are auditing a banking company. Till here, all okay? Acha. Now, if we just check, see, this is what I'm talking about. Firstly, audit of banks. Don't write anything, huh? Just focus properly. Audit of banks, it is according to nothing but the Banking Regulations Act 1949. So this is a statutory requirement. The financial statement should be as per Schedule 3 of this Act, which is Banking Regulations Act. I told you that Form A is on the balance sheet, Form B is on the P&L, and every banking company should comply with which standards? Accounting standards. All cool? All cool. Thereafter, we will do something of qualification, disqualification, rights, appointment. But this we will do later in the chapter, not now. As of now, we are focusing on other aspects. All cool? Okay. Now, can you tell me what is the main duty of an auditor? To give what? Opinion, whether the financial statements are showing a true and fair view or not. Can I say that opinion has to be given here also? So ultimately, can I say main duty of an auditor is to give an opinion? So there are reporting requirements. Now, when I say reporting requirements, firstly, the auditor has to give an opinion. Can I say this opinion basically will be given by SA 700, 705, 706. You remember this we had done in auditor's report chapter. Oh, hello. I hope I say obtained, say not obtained. Correct. So ultimately, if you people remember, to modify 705, modify 700 opinion. Oh, you remember? So main job is obviously here also to give an opinion as per 700, 705, 706. On the other hand, second is additional reporting responsibility. What? Additional reporting responsibility. This we have heard somewhere, yeah. Additional report, correct. I told you this additional reporting responsibility when I had done Caro. Okay. But remember, when we did Caro we did applicability. Caro is applicable to all the companies, including foreign companies, but it is not applicable to 6 companies. You know which was the first company in that? Banking. Banking, insurance, Section 8, OPC, small company, and that private company chart we had made. Holding of a public company, subsidiary of a public company, and balance companies. You remember something? Okay. Now in that first was banking company. So is Caro applicable to banking company? No. Then which reporting requirement is additional reporting requirement? I'll tell you. There is something known as LFAR. What? What? LFAR. What is LFAR? It stands for long form audit report. What? What? Long form audit report. Wait, what was Caro? Can I say Caro was additional reporting responsibility casted by the central government on the auditor? So basically, central government had panchat, no. Central government wanted to know, no. So central government wanted to ask questions which were meant for the company, but they were answered by auditor. So ultimately, there was a love triangle, no. Questions asked by central government, meant for the company, but answered by auditor. Acha, same is here also. Here, who has panchat? RBI, the apex bank. So ultimately, RBI wants to know about all the banks which are functioning in India, whether the banks are functioning properly or not. You obviously are aware that so many frauds come with respect to banks only. Yeah. So ultimately, obviously, RBI is nothing but the apex body. So RBI has to basically take care of the banking functions in India. So eventually, RBI should know about how the banks are functioning in India. And for this reason, RBI has panchat. It wants to know. Acha, what it wants to know, that we don't have to learn in detail. LFAR is not covered in the portion. Basically, what is there in LFAR? What deposits ultimately are there with the bank, and ultimately what loans they have given to anybody, whether in India, outside India, anything. So all those details are to be given in detail to RBI. Wait, who wants to know? RBI. Questions are meant for the company, but again they are being answered by auditor. Correct. So again, it is a love triangle. I hope that there it was nothing but CG. The only difference is instead of CG, here it is RBI, else the concept is one and the same. The only good part is here we don't have to learn what comes in LFAR. Okay. But basically, I give you a gist of it, that basically they have to tell about whatever are nothing but the deposit accounts here, whatever is outside India, whatever are loan accounts here, loan accounts outside India. So ultimately, RBI has a tap on everything. Till here, all cool? Wait, so when I say reporting requirements, how many reporting requirements? Two. One, normal reporting requirements, that is nothing but to give an opinion as per nothing but 700, 705, 706. On the other hand, additional reporting requirement. What is additional reporting requirement? LFAR. What is LFAR stands for? Long form audit report. Acha, this ultimately who wants to know? RBI. So ultimately, can I say this has to be submitted to RBI? Who will submit? Auditor. Auditor will submit this LFAR to RBI on or before 30th of June of every year. So ultimately, there is a time limit. You have to submit this on or before 30th of June. All cool? You know how to remember basically additional reporting requirement? Very simple. They are all 4 letters. I hope as Caro also was 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. LFAR is also 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So ultimately, Caro, LFAR. So rude, yeah, you are, yeah. Some people now they are keeping their hands on their head like, oh my god, calamity has struck them again, as if Rahul has started again here. Yeah. Hardly any CAD makes a difference on him. So rude, yeah, you are, yeah. It was nice, yeah. Then why did you keep the hand on your head as if calamity has struck you? Huh? Lightning has struck on your head and still nothing has happened. Someone like rude is also 4 letters. So rude, yeah. Don't talk to me. Don't look at me. Do yourself. Huh? See what I'm telling. Reporting requirements of the auditor. See, there are 2 audit report as per 700, 705, 706, and lastly, long form audit report, which is in short known as LFAR. And this is additional reporting responsibility to be submitted to RBI before 30th of June. All cool? All cool. Okay. Now what I want you all to do is give the heading. Acha, by the way, Caro is not applicable to banks. Huh? This so you already know. Huh. Give the heading and just copy from here till here. That's it. We'll go step by step. No, we are not in a hurry. Chill, relax. अच्छा था ना? And Somo will relax as always. Some people are writing in rough as if there is a difference between their rough and fair. अरे not like that यार. है फर्क है नहीं ना तो हाँ, है अच्छा ठीक है चल तू बोलती है तो. So what did you all do on CA day? Yeah? Apart from the best thing that you do, nothing. You could have wished yourself, na, like advance. Some people wish me belated. You also should have like, yeah, wish like advance thing to yourself. Advanced, happy advanced chartered accountancy day. Yeah, as of now, you are chartered accountant brackets. Yeah, aspirant or provisional, you may say so. Yeah, it was birthday of GST also. I know. Yeah, CAWIP. I know. GST's birthday, doctor's birthday, and CA's birthday. All the birthdays coincide. Very simple. It is because of GST, the CS fall sick, and eventually they have to go to doctor. That is how it is. It was nice, yeah. Rude, yeah. See, you will never forget it like this. Because of GST, CS fall sick, you go to doctor. See, all the three. Oh, you had DT plus advanced accounts yesterday as a gift. Oh, then I'm maybe lucky that I just got a cake. I know, right? No, yeah, Hari, that is not the case, yeah. Trust me on that. Danya! No, why? Yeah? You're like in the chilling mood. Then from 6:30 in the morning you had no. Oh, what did you had before this year? DT. Oh, DT. Oh, DT has just stuck to you. Yeah, like a honeybee would stuck. It's just not getting off. Yeah, the skin had to come along with it. Yeah. Oh, right. Oh, 7 days a week. Oh my God. Yeah, you're in love with DT. Oh, only 3 chapters are still left. So much. Yeah. DT is like an ocean. Yeah. You feel that you have reached the shore, you see the shore, but suddenly it goes on and on only, and you are like, oh my God, I'm never going to make it. It was started later. Come on, you're done? Okay. Come to the textbooks. Chapter number 12, Audit of Banks. Hmm. This type of banks, etc. We are focused on nothing but the auditing aspect of it. Okay. Yeah. Just go where I take to you. First, come here. 4.4. Form and content of the financial statements. Section 29, subsection 1 and 2 of the Act. Which Act? Banking Regulations Act. Okay. Deal with the form and content of the financial statements of a banking company. Page 371 as per some reliable sources. Hmm. Thereafter, these are also applicable to Nationalized Bank, SBI, subsidiaries of SBI, and RRBs. No problem. Let them tell. Thereafter, every banking company is required to prepare balance sheet and P&L. This is what you will learn. It's a format chapter. You know, there is chapters like insurance, etc. Insurance chapter done? You have insurance or no? Oh, some people done. That insurance is a format chapter, no? Same format chapter is here also for banks. I used to love format chapters, insurance and bank. Must they were must. Learn the format. Thanks for coming. Yeah, that insurance had that premium. No, I forgot those names. Yeah, they were there. Insurance you made format. No, there was premium only and all. No, and not fire insurance, re. Ins- Are not fire insurance, re. Normal insurance companies of financial statements. Fire insurance illa. I'm not talking about loss of stock and loss of profit. I'm not talking about that. Additional expenses, how much will you give? Then there are 3 steps which you have to do and you get the amount. No, not that. And that has not happened. Okay. Okay. Fair enough. I got it. I got it. I got it. See, even if it was done, Dash you would have remembered. So, I mean, see, matlab, the odds of not is not that much like that, I'm telling. So, see, every banking company have to prepare P&L and balance sheet, which is set out in the third schedule to the act. Form A of the third schedule is for form of balance sheet, and Form B is nothing but the form of P&L. Every banking company needs to comply with the disclosure requirements of various accounting standards. Accounting standards, you already know, they are nothing but prescribed by central government under section 133. Insofar, they apply to the banking companies. It should be applicable to the banking company. If it is not applicable, thanks for not coming. Come on, Dania. Acha, can I say qualification is the same only? Then see this part, eligibility and qualification. Refer section 141 of the Companies Act discussed in the chapter company audit. So can I say qualification is individual or a firm? Individual when he's a practicing CA, firm when majority of the partners are practicing CAs. All cool? Appointment we'll do shortly. Don't worry about appointment. That all we'll consider. All this also we'll consider slowly and steadily. Come here, format of the report. In this format of a report, it should comply with standards on auditing issued by the ICI. Look at the respect they have given to it themselves, at least, because nobody else gives to them. The ICI, it seems. Thereafter, information related to number of unaudited branches should also be given if they are unaudited. They have to audit, but till that time, if they are unaudited, then you have to give. Thereafter, quantification means the records. Records of what? Advances, deposits, interest income, interest expense for such unaudited branches also should be disclosed in auditor's report. Banking company is also required to state in his report the respect of matters covered by section 143 of the Companies Act. You remember 143? We had done this in duties. You remember Love to Dil Se? You remember those 6 matters the auditor basically has to report only when he is not satisfied? That. Not only that, apart from that, you remember there was a duty to report whether information and explanation has been got or not, whether accounting standards has been obtained or not, has been followed or not, and then director is disqualified of the company or not. So can I say basically whatever was the duties which were there in company audit, same duties are also applicable here in banking audit. All cool? And lastly, CARO is not applicable to banks. Thereafter, long form audit report, into brackets you write down, this is your additional reporting responsibility. Rishabh barabar. Okay. Thereafter, RBI requires the auditors to furnish long form audit report, in short LFAR. The matters which are there, like Caro also had matters. How many matters Caro had? 16. Like the matters are here also. The only good part is we don't have to learn the matters here, but we had to learn the matters there. So there we have done, here it is not required. The matters which the banks require their auditors to deal with in LFAR have been specified by RBI. Like there, it was specified by CG. Correct. So basically here RBI wants to ask questions meant for the company. Company means the banking company, but eventually they will be answered by the auditor. Thereafter, LFAR to be submitted before 30th of June every year. Come on here, till you're all cools? All cools. Acha. Now, when you people talk about banks now, there are certain initial considerations which are to be taken care by the statutory auditor. What do you mean by initial considerations? These are considerations at the time that you are accepting the appointment as an auditor. Repeating, these are considerations which you have to consider at the time when you are accepting the appointment as an auditor. Now, just have a look, then we will see in detail one by one. First is declaration of indebtedness. Can I say if at all I am indebted for more than 5 lakhs, I'll become disqualified? Array, it is bank, no. There is always a chance that ultimately you may take a loan from the bank. No, it's a bank. Their job is to give you loans. So ultimately, if at all I have taken a loan, but that loan becomes more than 5 lakhs, can I say I will become disqualified? So whatever is my indebtedness, I will have to tell it to them that this is my indebtedness. It is less than 5 lakh, because only if it is less than 5 lakh, I'll be qualified. Come on, yeah. Okay. Next is nothing but internal assignments. What do you mean by internal assignments? So simple. Can I say internal audit? Now we have done internal auditor before. Think and answer. Can the statutory auditor be the internal auditor? No. If you people remember Imandari, hello, 144. I hope realize the first is nothing but internal audit. So can statutory auditor do internal auditor? No. So ultimately here, if the auditor is doing some internal assignments, internal audit for the bank, he cannot accept the appointment as the statutory auditor. Next, just like auditor does plan for nothing but a normal client, auditor also will have to make a plan for nothing but the banking company. Why? Because ultimately planning is necessary for timely and efficient completion of audit. Manageable? Okay, next. Communication with previous auditor. Now, what do you mean by this? Very simple. Communication with previous auditor means, supposing say you are the auditor who is already done the audit of the bank already. Okay. Now they want to appoint me as their new auditor. So can I say you are the retiring auditor, old auditor? Now can I say I am coming in your place? Then I will have to first communicate with you and try to know the reasons from you, if any, that if I should not accept the appointment of the bank. Repeating again, you are the old auditor, I'm the new auditor. Okay. Now ultimately you did the audit. Now I am coming in place of you. There is a chance that ultimately you don't want to continue the audit because there are too many frauds in the bank. So ultimately, I hope as it is my duty first to communicate with you in writing that, hello, I am accepting this appointment. Is it okay? If you people give me the yes nod, then I will go. If you people even give me no, then also it is my choice whether I should accept or I should reject. Final decision will be mine. But ultimately, I will have to first communicate with you and try to know the reasons if I should not accept the audit. All cool? This is not told by me. This is actually required by CA Act 1949, which you people will actually learn at final CA if and when you reach there. So if and when you reach there at final CA, you people will come to know CA Act 1949, which comes under subject of audit only. It comes under the chapter of professional ethics. There it is given. Any incoming auditor should always communicate with the retiring auditor or the outgoing auditor in writing and try to know the reasons for non-acceptance of audit, if any. You understood what I told? Next is terms of audit engagement. Hey, come on, yeah. We have done this in so detail, yeah. Terms of audit engagement. Can I say we have covered this in SA 210? You remember there was a letter of engagement, auditor, management. Acha, who sends the letter of engagement to whom? Auditor sends it to the management. How do you remember? ABC. How bloody? How? You're telling me then, no? ABC at interest. We did in KG. Rude. Ultimately, see, now it is liable. Huh? You remember there was sorry? Sorry. That contains, yeah, exactly. Not bad, yeah. Can I say just like we people have to enter into terms of engagement with a normal client, a bank is also our client. So can I say we also will have to enter into terms of engagement? Why? So that there is no confusion. All cool? All cool. This initial engagements, actually this is covered by SA 510, but I will explain you just in a gist. Okay. Initial audit engagement means if at all you are accepting the audit of this bank for the very first time, then ultimately it is known as initial audit engagement. And in that initial audit engagement, what you will have to do is you will have to check whether the accounting policies which were previously followed by the bank, whether they have been also followed in the current year when you are accepting the audit. So in other words, it should be continuous, it should be consistent. That we people know from accounting standard 1 also, that all the accounting policies which are selected have to be followed consistently. So ultimately that is nothing but your SA 510, which anyways I will do in detail when I do SA 510, which is still left. Next, assessment of engagement risk. Hey, come on, this we have done in chapter 4. Can I say it is nothing but I hope as risk assessment procedure. Ultimately, I hope as auditor will look at the ICS of the bank. Auditor will look at the nature of the bank. Supposing say you people get the audit of nothing but Punjab National Bank. Oh, can I say ultimately, obviously in the near past, ultimately can I say it was involved in nothing but various frauds? Since it was involved in nothing but various frauds, obviously what will be your risk assessment? It will be low or high? High. So you will check low or more? More. Then ultimately auditor will have to make this assessment, no? Acha, not only that, if he feels that there are too many misstatements which are already there, should he accept? No. This I told you before also when I did SA 240, that if at all the auditor feels there are too many misstatements which are there, it is better not to accept the audit. Or if you have already accepted, it is better to withdraw from the audit. All cool? And lastly, understanding the bank and its environment. When I say environment, what I basically mean is nothing but the ICS. So you will have to check whether ultimately the internal control system is there or not. What will be the internal control system in the bank? Internal control system in the bank is obviously authorization. Their main is segregation of duties. One particular person does not do the same duty for a long time. I don't know whether you people have observed this in a bank or not. When you go to the bank now, sometimes you will find one person who is clearing the checks. Sometimes that person is not clearing the checks, doing something else only, like issuing drafts. When you people go, sometimes the cashier is one, sometimes the cashier is somebody else. Now, why does that happen? It happens because of segregation of duties. Because if one person continues the same duty for a long time, they come to know the loopholes or the weaknesses in that, and they take advantage of that to commit any manipulation. And therefore, in the banks, there is always segregation of duties. They are normally not same. All cool? So these are the initial considerations which are to be considered by whom? Statutory auditor. Come, textbook. Come here. Yeah, exactly. Job shifting. Job shifting, but inside the bank only. Yeah? They are not changing banks. They are changing jobs inside the bank. Just the role of them. Acha. Initial considerations by the statutory auditor. Firstly, declaration of indebtedness. Read. Can I say very manageable? So ultimately, the RBI has advised that the banks, before appointing the statutory auditors, branch auditors, forget circle. That is not required now. In accounts, we'll see. You will see. Should obtain declaration of indebtedness. Okay. Thereafter, internal assignments in banks by statutory auditors. Read. Come on here. Can I say very manageable? The RBI has decided that the audit firm should not undertake statutory audit assignments while they are associated with internal assignments. So if you are doing already an internal audit, you cannot become the statutory auditor. You have to stop doing internal audit, then you can definitely become statutory auditor. All cool? All cool. Come on. Next one. Planning. Can I say we people have already done planning? Planning is a discrete phase, not a continual process. Planning is not a discrete phase. It is a continual process which should go on and On, correct. If you people remember, we had also seen the various factors on which the plan should be based. You remember? That same factors should also be considered here. Can I say SA 300 we have already done in chapter number 2? All cool? All cool. Come on, next. Communication with previous auditor. Don't worry about this clause 8 and part 1 of this first scheduler, because anyways that is applicable at CA final. I told you that it is of the Chartered Accountants Act 1949. Main is what is the matter there. Come on here. Can I say manageable? They say that a chartered accountant cannot accept the position as an auditor previously which was held by another chartered accountant without first communicating with him writing. Acha, so it should be oral or in writing? Writing. Email is also good enough. All cool? Acha, what if you tell me no? Then I should not accept, no? No, if you are telling me no, supposing you are outgoing auditor, I'm incoming auditor. You tell me no, that okay, Rahul, don't accept it because it is too risky. Whether to accept or reject, final decision is mine. I'm not bound by your decision. I'm not bound by your opinion. You may give opinion, but eventually I will decide what to do. All cool? Okay, come on. Next, terms of engagement. This also we have done here, 210. Come on here. Can I say very manageable? So ultimately, the terms of engagement, I hope, realize the auditor should agree on the terms of audit engagement with the bank before beginning nothing but the audit. Fieldwork is audit. It is imperative. Why? This is in order to prevent any confusion. Come on, next, initial audit engagement. This I'll explain in detail when I do nothing but that standard. But as of now, very done. Okay. Opening balances, don't worry. You have to check opening balances and accounting policies. When I do that standard, trust me, the entire thing will come. As of now, reference is more than enough. Come on, next, assessment of engagement risk. Engagement risk, audit risk. What do you think will be the assessment? It will be more or less? If it is more, obviously, it is better not to accept. Read. Can I say very manageable? They say that it is an important part to assess the engagement risk and it should be done prior to acceptance of audit. So before you accept the audit, you try to assess how much is the risk level and it affects the decision of accepting the audit and also planning decisions if audit is accepted. Supposing you have accepted, then also you have to assess whether the risk is more or the risk is less. Because if the risk is more, your audit procedures will be more. And if the risk is less, your procedures will be less. Come on. And understanding the bank and its environment. Correct. This though we have already seen here. Chapter 4. Very simple chapter. Nothing great. Can I say the auditor should obtain an understanding of the entity, that is a bank, and its environment, including internal control, to identify and assess ROMM. Correct? Whether it will be more or less. Obviously, misstatement is either due to fraud or error and sufficient to design further audit procedures. Correct. See, although the points are many, but can I say the points are very simple? Yeah. Initial considerations. Yeah, nothing great about it. Yeah. Come on, just copy this part. Oh yeah, there's no key for this. It's not that an important a question also. I have not made you are free to make, yeah. Wherever my keys are not there, you are definitely free to make your keys and ruin your life. No, yeah, but look, you'll make nice only, no, yeah. Your brain also works like that only now. This chapter does not have keys. Yeah. Because these chapter there are not many points apart from this. So you see there are many points, but apart from that, it has small concepts of particular items. So rather than many points in the answer, very small points, small concepts are there. Exactly, yeah. And for 4 to 5 marks, I mean, yeah, you make keys now, like for these chapters, then doesn't make sense that ways. At the end, I don't want a situation where you only remember the keys at the end of the day. Keys are important for all the important type of questions for like 4, 5, 8 marks. But then key chart you have to refer. Come on, yeah, done, yeah. Yes, yes, Nikhil, definitely. Done. Okay. Now, when you people talk about banks, can you tell me what is their main business? ATM. Because that is only where you go. Come on, yeah. Can I say main business is basically two things? Correct. Which two things? Can I say correct? They provide loans, and can I say they accept deposits? Are they are able to give so many loans because they accept deposits. They don't have money of their own. Dash. They eventually have the money of the customers only, which they lend it out. So ultimately, can I say it is two things? One, it is give and take. But first they take. So ultimately, can I say it is accepting deposits? And secondly, can I say it is granting loans? Loans, by the way, here are known as advances. So whether you say advances, whether you say loans, meaning is one and the same. But the word which is used in nothing but the banking language is advances rather than loans. For us to understand simply, we people can say loans, but you should not use the word loans. You should rather use the word advances. So it is accepting deposits and granting advances. Okay. Now think and answer. Accepting deposits. Whose money is the bank accepting? Public's money, our money. We deposit no in the bank. Like we have a savings bank account, we deposit, correct? So can I say that is our money? So when the bank takes that money, is it their money? No. Can I say it is customers' money? Yes. So can I say for the bank, this is a liability? Come on, yeah. So ultimately, can I say in the balance sheet, they will show this on the liability side? Okay. On the other hand, when you talk about granting advances, use common sense. Bank is giving nothing but loan to the customer. Now the customer has the money, but the bank gave the money. So from the bank's point of view, loan given. So if it is loan given, use common sense. It will be liability or asset? It will be an asset. Now, come to accepting deposits. Use common sense. If at all they are accepting deposits, it means we are paying to the bank. Use common sense. If we are giving money to the bank, is it free? No. Since we are keeping money, they should give us something. What will they give? Interest. Correct. Think from the bank's point of view. This interest, ultimately they will pay, no? So ultimately from the bank's point of view, it is interest income or it is interest expense? It is interest expense. Can I say this will be P&L debit? Come on, yeah. On the other hand, when you people talk about asset, loan given, bank has given the loan. If bank has given the loan, obviously they will take EMIs. In that EMIs, there are two proportions. There is nothing but a price principal and interest. So for the bank, ultimately this will be interest income or interest expense. Correct. Can I say this will be nothing but interest income? Obviously, na, asset will generate income, liability will generate expense. Common sense, no? So ultimately, when I say interest income, can I say this will be nothing but P&L credit? Now, do you understand? So what is the main business of the bank? Very simple. Two things. One, accepting deposits. Second, granting advances or loans. When I say accepting deposits, in other words, it's a liability because it is not bank's money. So eventually on this, they will have to pay interest expense. Next, ultimately, when I say granting advances, then ultimately, can I say it is an asset? Since it is an asset, obviously on this, they will get money. So it is interest income, which is nothing but P&L credit. How do banks basically post so much amount of profit? Because of the interest rates, no? Ultimately, I hope that they pay interest hardly, which is 3 to 4%. Even in fixed deposit, maximum is 6 odd percent. Whereas ultimately here, if it is like a commercial loan, personal loan, housing loan, car loan, the interest rates are very high. It ranges from somewhere around 7 to 12%. So that is huge. So that is how they basically make money, because ultimately it is nothing but taking and ultimately paying lower and giving and taking higher. See, it takes too much of concentration to tell this, but you are understanding what I'm telling. Fair enough. Fair enough. This is what you learn in accounts also. A bit. So then you'll have to show. We know, like that you tell. You're so rude, yeah. Don't go anywhere. I'll take you. Please relax. Now, when you people talk about main business, granting advances, no, these advances now they are classified. Now, they are classified basically into nothing but standard assets, substandard assets, non-performing assets. So basically, I hope you realize classification of advances important. And according to the classification, you people have to make provisions on them. I'll just give you a simple example. Then I'll go into the detail. For a simple example, if at all bank has given a loan, okay, but ultimately say that customer does not repay the loan, does not repay the EMI for many number of time. Ultimately, can I say then the bank has doubt over this asset, whether ultimately the money will come or not? Then since there is a doubt, this becomes a doubtful asset. Now, do you understand what I'm telling? So ultimately, you have to classify them, whether they are standard asset, whether they are substandard asset, whether they are doubtful asset, or whether they are loss asset. For example, I hope as Vijay Malia for bank is a loss asset. I hope his money is not going to come anymore. Ultimately, then that becomes nothing but a loss asset. If it is a loss asset, are you expecting money? No. So ultimately, the company will have to make 100% provision for that. We are not going to receive that money. So you people make a provision. Now, do you understand what I mean by making provisions? Provision is ultimately nothing but a safeguard, whether ultimately you are going to get that much money back or not. All cool? Acha, see, don't write, huh? What is the main business? Very simple. Main business, two things: accepting deposits, granting advances, that is loans. Accepting deposits is a liability, granting advances, that is an asset. Here there is interest expense. When I say interest expense, obviously, can I say this will be P&L debit? Here there is interest income, which will be P&L credit. Now, this income is to be recognized as per accounting standard 9. Now, you already know AS9. Accounting standards is so done, no. Tell me something is done, yeah. Can I say accounting standard 9 is on revenue recognition? Correct. As per revenue recognition, interest expenses are to be recognized on dash basis. Oh my God, it's okay. Can I say it is recognized on accrual basis? Correct. So ultimately here also, interest income should be recognized on which basis? Correct. Accrual basis. All cool? All cool. Okay. Now, doubt. Think and answer. Huh? When you people talk about This advances. Who is giving loan? Bank is giving loan. What do you think? When banks are giving loans, it is risky, no? Whether that money will come back or not. Then can you tell me what should they take? Security. Correct. Then ultimately, can I say auditor will also have to check whether security is taken or not. So can I say definitely the bank, they should take security. This security is basically of two types. One, primary security. Use common sense. One is primary, other is secondary. The only thing that you know are these opposites only. Acha. Secondary is also known as collateral. What? Collateral. What do you mean by collateral security? Additional security. Supposing, say, ultimately there is nothing but a loan of say 100 lakhs. You gave a security first of nothing but 70 lakhs. Is it covering the loan? No. So now you will have to give one more security, which will at least cover that loan. Say the other security given is now worth nothing but 35 lakhs. So can I say together it is definitely going to cover the loan? Then in that scenario, this is your primary security. This is your secondary security. Secondary security is taken when the primary security is insufficient to cover the amount of the loan. Now do you understand? So how many types of security are there? Two. One, primary. Second, secondary. Secondary, additional. Additional is required when the primary is unable to cover the amount of loan. By the way, when I say security, can it be security of immovable property? Yes. Can it be of movable property? Yes. Arey Baba, if you take a housing loan, then I hope there'll be mortgage, no? Of nothing but the house. So ultimately, this house is a security, no, with the bank. If I'm unable to repay the housing loan, eventually the bank will sell off the house and they will take away the loan. So ultimately, can I say that is a security which is immovable? You move the house everywhere. Then I'll move it to San Francisco if I want to. Acha. So ultimately, best city I've seen on earth up till now. So ultimately, can I say what I was telling? Yeah, immovable. Acha, can you keep it on movable also? Yes. For a simple example, say there is a car loan. Then eventually, I hope the security is a car only, no? You'll keep car like this only. You stay in the car? No, no. So ultimately, can I say it is movable? Acha, can it be on, think and answer, tangible assets? Yes. Are car is tangible only, no, yeah. Acha, can it be on intangible assets? Yes, can be. Initially, it was taken on intangible assets also, like goodwills, etc. For a simple example, I hope realize when you talk about Reliance and Mukesh Ambani enters into a particular bank, I hope realize the only thing the bank will ask is how much do you want. Bank is not going to ask anything else. So ultimately, I hope that amount of reputation, that amount of goodwill they own, then definitely the bank can keep that as nothing but I hope a security. On that security, they are giving that okay, this is your goodwill, we are giving it to you. But now, in the current scenario, nobody takes security of intangible assets because ultimately you already know how intangible assets have worked out for most of the banks. So ultimately, although it is there in theory that securities can be in intangible form also, but I hope as nowadays nobody accepts intangible securities. But for theory, we can say ha 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 ha, done, hello, all cool. One more example, gold loans. Hello, come on. Mannapuram gold loan. For a simple example, if at all you people want to take a loan, then you can go to nothing but that Mannapuram gold loan, give nothing but your gold, and ultimately you can take, correct, the money. So ultimately, can I say security is given of gold? So ultimately, can I say gold? Hello, tangible. Hello, movable. All cool. All cool. Then say security against advances, two securities. One, primary. Second, secondary. Secondary is also known as collateral. What do you mean by collateral? Additional. Why that additional will be required? Correct, because that primary is not enough to cover the amount of the advance. Acha, can it be on movable? Yes. Can it be on immovable? Yes. Can it be on tangible? Yes. Can it be on intangible? Yes. For theory, yes. For reality, I already told you. All cool? Come on. Acha, by the way, you will not believe, but you should. This is asked in the examination for 5 marks. The types of security. You tell me if it is difficult. What is the answer? Primary and secondary. And then you have to write it is created a movable, immovable, tangible, intangible. I hope it's for this if you get 5 marks. Come on, yeah, you know what you have to do. Correct. Dance. That is the only thing. All cool? Come on, copy this much, then we go ahead. Dania. ऐसे ही है like some are like heading done. Mukhilan, nowadays you're not coming in Mumbai, yeah? Why, yeah? Where have you just changed courses, yeah, Mukhilan? Come to Mumbai, yeah. We are waiting for you. It's like so hot in Mumbai suddenly. It does not feel like rainy season at all, yeah. I know. Rainy season without the rain, it seems. Just like exams without the marks. It does not feel proper, no? That is what I'm telling. Exactly. I think by next week maximum we should finish portion. Max, I feel. Next to next week. Yeah, I think in the second week of July, probably it should be thanks for coming. Then I'll just wish you nothing but all the best. And then you will be on your own doing some things, hopefully properly. Yeah, I'll guide you. Don't worry. I'll guide you how to prepare for the subject, what is the paper pattern, all that I'll tell you. I'll give you ABC analysis also. Yeah, all that I'll give. I'll give you the plan also if you want on like which chapter should be done first, then what chapter, how many days normally it should take. I'll give you all that also. Yeah, yeah. The only thing which is left for you is like I have to write your exam bus. Apart from that, everything else I will give. You're like, gotta give exam also, no? If you're giving so much here, show more generosity, no, you dash. Someone like you will give of all subjects. No, yeah. How can I give? Yeah, confidentiality. No, Ray. I mean that will be wrong, no? Exactly. They're like it is wrong, but Rahul, where on the earth have you done something which is right on earth, anyways? Excuse me. What the hell, yeah. Sir, if we are unable to pay back the loan, will the bank seize both the primary and collateral securities too? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Meta does not have a meaning here. It's like a surname that we have. That's it. It will be great to have. Alright, if I come in your examination center and if I give your exam, I'm not very sure whether we'll clear or not, apart from this subject at least. Actually, for once, FM also I can clear, but apart from that, if you give me any subject, accounts I don't know, tax to please you know already, and I'm not going to call her anyways again at 1:30. So yeah, I'm already done with calling her. Yeah, now if I call her, maybe her husband will pick up. I don't want to talk to him. Exactly. No, just normally I don't want to talk to him. I don't have anything against him. Why will I have something against him? Yeah. Are you're taking a different meaning. Yeah. Are no. Yeah. Good for her. Good for him. Yeah, but then you know that awkward situation sometimes. I don't want to talk to him. I was like, it's okay. She just helped me out in one exam. Yeah. Was so rude. Danya. Okay. Now listen. Oi. Mad here you are. Now, I told you about security, that ultimately security should be either primary or secondary. Now, there are various ways in which you can create security. So, that is what we'll have to learn next. The modes of creation of security. Now, what are the modes of creation of security? Very simple: mortgage, pledge, hypothecation, assignment, set off, and lien. Lien, though you already know. Oh, hello. Lien is what? Holding back. Correct. Now, first come to the textbook. Come here. See where I'm taking go, huh? Nature of security. Mark this, very important. Comes in the examination for 5 marks. They are also sometimes known as types of securities. Classification. No? So it is primary, which is nothing but the security offered by the borrower for bank finance or against which credit has been extended by the bank. This security is principal security for the advance. Primary, principal, PP. They're like, just shut up. Okay. Acha, thereafter we have collateral. What is collateral? I told you it is additional security. Then security can be in any form. That is, say, tangible, intangible, movable, immovable. This is what I was talking about. Thereafter, they have given you examples. Examples of securities: personal security of a guarantor. If at all anybody gives guarantee on your behalf, that also is a security. I mean, obviously none for you, but for the company possible. Thereafter, acha, thereafter, goods, stock, debtors. Trade receivables are the same thing as debtors. Thereafter, gold ornaments, bullion. Bullion is basically, I hope, as those biscuits which are there, na? Not the ornaments, but the big biscuits which come of gold, 1 kilo, 2 kilo, which you normally smuggle and all, those types. And immovable property, basically house, commercial property. This much you have to write for 5 marks. Primary, collateral, and examples. I hope manageable, huh? Someone like the only biscuit we know is hide and seek, it seems. Gold, silver, illa. Don't worry, you will come to know once you become a chartered. Now listen, no, listen. Now, I told you there are various modes of creation of security. Important. Any one normally comes in the examination for 2 marks. Okay, 2 marks is not that bad. Yeah, come on. It is simple also. We'll go one by one. First is mortgage. Now, what do you mean by mortgage? Security, no, after all. But always remember, it is always created on immovable property. Mortgage can never be on movable property. Correct. Simple example, I hope realize housing loan. So ultimately, if I have taken a housing loan, then my house is mortgaged with the bank. So ultimately, can I say they have a mortgage or a security on this immovable property? All cool? Now, this mortgage is of two types. One, registered mortgage. Second, equitable mortgage. Now, what is this to understand? Very simple. What is registered mortgage? Registered mortgage basically is a mortgage where the bank and the borrower, supposing say I'm the borrower, okay, I'm taking the money. The bank and the borrower, they enter into a registered agreement. And thereafter it is signed that if at all I fail to pay the loan to the bank has nothing but this house has nothing but security and they will nothing but sell it. And we people sign it. So we have a registered agreement. This registered agreement is known as registered mortgage. All cool? Okay. Second, equitable mortgage. Now, what is equitable mortgage? In equitable mortgage, we don't sign any registered agreement. What I do is, what are my ownership papers, title deeds of this immovable property? This title deeds are given by me to the bank. So ultimately, bank keeps that as security. Use common sense. Obviously, without those title deeds, I am unable to sell my property. No. So eventually, I hope it is as good as saying I am giving nothing but the possession, that ownership papers to them. No. Then use common sense. This, where we have not entered into agreement, is known as equitable mortgage. Now, do you understand? Achha, normally what should happen is either this or this, but in India, both happen together. So in India, normally, I hope they take too much security. So they will make you sign the agreement also, and the papers also will be there with the bank only. So actually, it should be either this or this, but to have a two-way security, ultimately they have both. All cool? All cool. Come on. Next is pledge. Hey, what do you mean by pledge? Yeah, India is my country. Bus, that's it. After that, you don't have to tell anything. Now that line is very dangerous after all. So you don't tell that line. I never used to. Oh no, 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 no. Yeah, come on. India is my country. That pledge illa re. Correct. Can I say pledge is basically created on? Come on, yeah. Movable goods. Correct. Now think and answer. Movable goods. Correct. Can you tell me who will have the possession? Possession will be with the, think and answer. Bank, that is the lender or the borrower. Correct. Possession will be with the bank. Good. The lender. Are a simple example. Gold, no? Hello, Mannapuram gold loan. So ultimately, supposing say the females in the lecture, you are watching now, females, okay? So ultimately say the females want to take a loan because they want to go shopping because there is 30% off on Zara. Okay, which actually it is. In such a scenario, ultimately say you people want to go there and you people want to shop. You're like, I'm out of money. So no problems. You'll go to nothing but Mannapuram gold loan. You'll be like, take the gold away. It's okay because I want nothing but Zara clothes now. So ultimately, can I say you will give all your take it away and ultimately take the money. Now, can I say you gave this all? No. Ultimately given, no. So who has the possession? Correct, the bank. And ultimately, I hope it is on movable property. So ultimately, pledge is always on movable goods. Possession is with nothing but the bank. Simple example, gold. All cool? Okay. Next, hypothecation. Come on, tell me. Hypothecation on movable or on immovable? Movable only, mad. It is on movable goods only. You know the only difference? Correct, is the possession. Can you tell me who will have the possession? Bank or the customer? Customer, the borrower who has taken the money. For a simple example, hello, car loan, auto loan, hello. Supposing say I'm auto driver. Okay. Now what? You're so rude, yeah, you are, yeah. You people to are behave in such a way as if I really look like an auto driver, yeah. But it's okay, yeah. It's a good job after all, yeah. Roaming here and there, taking money, etc. Fine enough. Say I'm auto driver. Okay. Now I want auto first. Driver I am, but auto I don't have. So I went to the bank. I told to the bank, bank, auto. Bank told, hey, we don't sell auto. We give money. I was like, give money. I want to purchase auto. So ultimately say then they gave me the money and I purchased that auto. Now they have hypothecated this auto. So if I'm unable to repay the loan to the bank, can I say auto is theirs? But use common sense. Wait, this auto which now I have purchased, bank will keep. They will ride on my behalf and they will give me the money. Lovely. Then everybody would like to become auto drivers, no? Then use common sense. Can I say the possession will be with the bank or the customer? Customer. Correct. So simple example, you can say car or auto, depending on whatever level you are in life. All cool. हाँ मतलब where अरे road yeah you are. I became no auto driver for once. हाँ ना. Cycle it seems. For cycle also you will take loan it seems. You are like, don't worry, yeah, your stipend will give it to you. Stipend will at least give you the cycle after 2-3 months. That also in first month illa. Until unless you go to a big four. If you go to a big four, you'll get. Big four has nothing but yeah, they have 5-digit stipend starting from the first month itself. The first year is 10,000 bucks. I don't know if now they have increased to 11 or 12, but 10,000 bucks is first year of articleship. Second year is 12 and a half, and the third year is 15,000 bucks. Well, that's a good decent money, yeah, for anybody who is not that qualified at all. I mean, at least try to become qualified, so it's good enough. Yeah. Okay. Whatever. Let me. Achha, next is assignment. What do you mean by assignment? Assignment is basically transfer. Transfer of what? Transfer of assets and liabilities to nothing but another person. Repeating, assignment is basically transfer of nothing but rights and obligations. What is rights and obligations? Assets and liabilities. Transfer of assets and liabilities to another person. I'll give you a simple example. Listen, you have heard something like power of attorney. Okay, say supposing I'm NRI. Okay, in that scenario, ultimately, can I say I'm residing there, but I have property here? Now, ultimately, say I want to nothing but get a loan for the property, or want to sell the property, or whatever it may be. Say you are my friend here. So I give you nothing but power of attorney in your name. So ultimately, can I say now I've transferred my assets and liabilities to you? So can I say now you are acting on my behalf as good as I am acting? So ultimately, I have transferred the assets and liabilities to you. Be careful, huh? It is not only transfer of assets, it is also transfer of liabilities. So when, if at all, there is ultimately a house, etc., which I give you, eventually I hope as the liabilities along with that also is transferred. So it is not only transfer of assets, it is also known as transfer of liabilities. All cool? All cool. Next, set off. Hey, what do you mean by set off? Adjusting, no? Correct, adjusting. For a simple example, supposing if I tell you I have taken a loan from the bank, okay, of say 5 lakh rupees. Now, if I have taken a loan of 5 lakhs, now if I repay 1 lakh, then can I say the set off balance should be only 4 lakhs? So this is known as set off. If there is any credit balance and if there is nothing but debit in that account, then the bank can set off and they can show net credit. Bolo. Now, what is so difficult of that? So can I say, obviously, when you people nothing but have credit balance already, and when you have nothing but any debit in that account, bank will show net credit balance. That is the meaning of set off. All cool? Okay. And the last one, lien. Lien you already know. Come on here. What is lien? Correct. I hope lien is basically to hold back. Hold back what? Correct. Can I say here it will be the security? Here it will not be books of accounts. Mad. Who will have the lien? Bank. So supposing say I am unable to repay the loan to the bank, then whatever is the security with nothing but the bank will have the lien on that. And once they have the lien, the second step to that is they can nothing but dispose it also. What do you mean by dispose? Sell. Basically, it is sold through auction. Okay. So supposing if at all I'm unable to repay something to the bank, then ultimately if this house is nothing but say mortgage, then bank will have an auction of this house. So they will give nothing but public notices that so house is nothing but an auction, and thereafter there's bids, and then they will sell it off. All cool? Acha. Now somebody are asking that ultimately, sir, why will anybody accept liabilities? Because they want to accept assets. See, ultimately it is transfer of assets and liabilities. Now, obviously, if there is no liabilities attached, good enough. But if there are liabilities attached, it will come along with that also. So if I'm transferring something to you, okay, then ultimately I hope realize you also will have to bear the liability if there are liabilities attached. If there are no liabilities attached, you are free of liabilities. But if there is a liability attached, then that also will get transferred. Why? Because you wanted the assets also, no? So it does not come free. It comes along with the liabilities. Now do you understand? Okay, tell me one by one. First is mortgage. Mortgage is always created on movable property. Correct. Now, two mortgages. One, registered. Second, equitable. What happens in registered? Correct. Can I say in registered, the customer and the bank, they will enter into an agreement which is known as registered mortgage or registered agreement. Thereafter, what happens in equitable? Is there any agreement? No. In that, ultimately, the transfer happens of the title deeds or ownership papers to the bank. Acha, in India, what happens? Both. Acha, thereafter, pledge. What happens in pledge? Correct. It is on movable goods. Acha, possession is with the bank. Simple example, gold loans for all the ladies here. Hello. So ultimately Zara shopping. Remember that if at all you can. There are, yeah, interest. They are sold out in the first 30 minutes only. Anyways, thereafter hypothecation. Come on, tell me. Hypothecation, what happens? Correct. Can I say it is again on movable goods? Possession is with the customer. Simple example, car, or you can say auto. Okay. Auto is always, I don't know. Auto is much better somehow. Yeah. Open. On the other hand, next is assignment. Acha, what happens in assignment? Can I say it is transfer of nothing but assets and liabilities to another person? Okay. Thereafter, set off. Any credit balance which is there in the account, if you people have any debit there, then obviously the bank will show the net credit balance. That is the meaning of setting off. Thereafter, lien is nothing but I hope is holding back the security if you have nothing but not paid the loan. And later on, they can also nothing but seize that is dispose nothing but the sell your asset. All cool? Come to the textbook. Shweta, that will not happen here. Some people are asking, sir, what if the liabilities transferred are greater than the assets? You think that I will sign the power of attorney? There has to be sense also, no, on what you're signing. Array, why will you sign here? Who is that person for whom you will do something like this? Exactly. Now see, modes of creation of security. Depending on the nature of the item concerned, creation of security may take the form of mortgage, pledge, hypothecation, assignment, set off, or lien. Firstly, mortgage. Mortgage are of several types, but most important are registered and equitable. Registered mortgage, what can happen? I told you it is affected. Affected means it is done. Done by a registered instrument called mortgage deed, just like there is partnership deed. Signed by the mortgagor. It registered as a property to the mortgagee as a security. Can I say mortgagee will be basically the bank? Hello? Huh. So this is signed by the mortgagor means the customer, and mortgagee will be the bank. It registers the property as a security. And equitable, what happens there? Correct. Just the delivery of the deeds, no? Okay. Then this is effected by how? By a mere delivery of the title deeds or other documents of title with the intent to create security thereof. So there ultimately there is no deed, etc. Come on, you're all cool. But mortgage is always on. Right on there. Only on Immovable property. Hey, come on, yeah, simple, no? Nothing difficult, yeah, that much. For 2 marks, if they ask you this one, you will be able to answer, yeah. Hmm. In pledge, what will happen? Can I say it basically involves delivery of the goods by the borrower to the lending bank with the intention of creating a charge thereon as security for the advance. Can I say ownership is still mine only, no? They are just getting the possession, no? I did not tell ownership transferred. Hello? Hmm. The legal ownership of the goods still remains with the pledger. Pledger means who? Customer. Me, the borrower. While the lending banker gets certain defined interest in the goods. The pledge of goods constitutes a specific charge. Specific charge means whatever charge you are creating on that, the amount of that. But this is on immovable property, no? No, this is on, write down, on movable property, possession, bank, example, gold. Gold is best to remember. Mannapuram gold lot. Best. Thereafter, we have hypothecation. See, there is a similarity between pledge and hypothecation. The similarity is both of them are on movable goods. The difference is the possession part. Okay. The hypothecation is creation of equitable charge, which is created in favor of the lending bank by execution of hypothecation in respect of movable securities belonging to the borrower. See, movable. Neither the ownership nor the possession is transferred to the bank. At least in pledge, the possession was transferred. No, bank was having the gold. However, the borrower holds a physical possession of the goods as an agent or trustee of the bank. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Hmm. Can I say this is on movable property, possession with the customer? Simple example, car or auto. In fact, behind car or at least car to name, but behind autos, it is always written. You have not seen behind autos now they have this what can I say? A sign, a tag, okay, which is written hypothecated with so and so bank. It is actually written behind the auto. Now you people observe sometimes. Obviously, you people don't observe because you are inside the auto most of the times. But sometimes you can observe behind auto it will be written hypothecated with the cooperative so and so bank, hypothecated with Sahyadri bank so and so. So I have seen Sahyadri also. I don't know where it is, but it was once written behind the auto. You can check that. Yeah. Thereafter, assignment. It represents transfer of an existing or a future debt, right, or property belonging to a person in favor of another person. See, it is existing of future debt, right, or property. So it is assets or liabilities both, no? Assignment gives assignee absolute right over the monies or the debts assigned to him. And yeah, okay. Thereafter, we have set of array, assets and liabilities. Matlab what? If there are no liabilities, then only assets you will have a right, but it can be both also. Huh. Set off is a statutory right of a creditor to adjust, wholly or partly, the debit balance in the debtor's account against any credit balance lying in another account of the debtor. In other words, I had taken a loan of 5 lakhs. If I have debit of 1 lakh, then ultimately the net credit shown will be of 4 lakhs. See, the right of set off enables the bank to combine two accounts, deposit and loan. So loan was 5, deposit was 1. Of the same person, provided both the accounts are in the same name and in the same right. And lastly, lien. Lien is a creation of legal charge with the consent of the owner. Obviously, yeah, it was there also. If you remember, right of lien is unconditional. Right of lien is unconditional. No, we have done that. No, it is unconditional. It is unconditional. Right of lien is conditional. Correct. And it depends upon how many conditions? Four conditions, which were given by ICAI. No, they were given by ICAEW, Institute of Chartered Accountants of England and Wales. Oh, hello. Now, when I say ICAEW, it means four documents in the name of the client. They should belong to the client. Documents come into the possession on the authority of the client, not through illegal means. Auditor has done work on those documents and he has not received fees. All cool? So see, legal charge on the consent of the owner. Thereafter gives the lender a legal right to seize and dispose or liquidate the assets under lease. What is dispose? Sell. And what is seize? To take it under custody. Same right means I have a right over those two accounts, deposit and loan. Those are my accounts, like that. Hey, come on, you're manageable. Hmm. Come here, finish this part. What you will be writing in the notebooks eventually will give you a gist of the entire chapter. Once you people do that, finish. Chapter is done. Thanks for coming. Dania. Yes, yeah, half of the chapter to done. If you want, we can take a break now of 10 odd minutes and then we can do the chapter, finish it off. And then we can do thanks for coming. On a break? Okay. 11:27. It is 11:40 then. No problems, yeah. Okay, come back here. Oh my God. Oh my God. You are better if I don't comment on it. लेकिन अंडरस्टैंडेबल नो, तू ना समझे ऐसा कैसे हो सकता? शर्म नहीं आती थी को? आशीर्वाद नहीं, हाई फाई मांग रहा था। रहन दे अभी तू। हाँ, okay, come back here. Listen now. Listen. Now, as far as nothing but banks is concerned, I told you what is the main business of the bank. Just like they have a business. Huh. I hope it is accepting deposits and nothing but granting advances. Correct. Now, these advances that we people are talking about, I told you that they are classified. What is their classification? See, classification of advances and provisions for them. I told you that ultimately here there are advances, they have to be classified, and on that you have to make provisions. Correct. Now they are classified into basically two categories: one, performing assets, and second, non-performing assets. Okay, so basically now, what are performing assets? They are known as standard assets. It means there is no risk associated with them. Say for a simple example, company has given loan to anybody and that person basically always nothing but pays the EMI on time. So we say that it is a standard asset. Non-performing asset are divided into three categories: substandard asset, doubtful asset, and loss asset. Basically it is nothing but bad, worse, and worst. It is that category, but we people tell it as substandard, doubtful, and loss. Now basically if it is a loss asset, I give you an example of Vijay Malia. So ultimately I hope his bank will create nothing but I hope his 100% provision. Now how much provisions to be made, what is nothing but performing in detail, what is non-performing in detail, all that you will learn in advanced accountancy subject. That's why I told to you, is that chapter done? But as usual you told me no. So ultimately let that chapter happen, you will know. But here what are we supposedly to learn? This part, that when is an asset a non-performing asset. Now when I say it is a non-performing asset, see, these are nothing but the situations where your asset is a non-performing asset. Don't worry about them, they just look like this, but they are very simple. Okay, just focus, you will learn. Listen, first is term loan. Think and answer. Who has given loan to whom? Correct, bank has given loan to the customer. Can I say if the bank has given loan to the customer, EMI date will come? So can I say I have to pay my principal and interest? I have to pay my installment. Now say due date has come, I have not paid, and 90 days have gone from the due date. Still I have not paid. Then ultimately bank will think Rahul is not going to pay anymore. It seems to be a non-performing asset. He is not giving money. So bank will classify me as a non-performing asset. You understood what I told? Repeating, bank has given me the loan. So the date has come in order to repay, EMI date. I have to pay installment of interest principal. But say I have not paid and 90 days have gone. It means, can I say I'm overdue? I'm overdue for how many days? 90 days. When anything is overdue for 90 days, it is nothing but a non-performing asset in case of a term loan. All cool? All cool. Secondly, it is a non-performing asset in case of a cash credit, or you can say overdraft facility. Can I say bank provides overdraft facility? Acha. Now, in case of overdraft facility, if your account becomes out of order, then we say it is a non-performing asset. Doubt. What do you mean by out of order? I'll explain. Three situations will make your overdraft facility out of order. Which three situations? One, when ultimately the outstanding balance in your overdraft facility is greater than the amount sanctioned. Repeating. The outstanding balance in the overdraft facility is greater than the amount which is sanctioned. So ultimately, I hope, can I say it is in excess of the sanctioned limit? Supposing they sanctioned 10 lakhs. Okay, this is your overdraft facility. But say the outstanding balance is more than that. Then can I say your account is out of order? Acha, why it must have happened? It must have happened in a situation where ultimately you had to repay back, but you are not repaying back. And the interest you have to pay, but interest, you are not paying only. So ultimately now I hope realize your account outstanding has become more than the amount which was sanctioned. So if at all your outstanding balance is greater than the amount sanctioned, then we say it is out of order and it is a non-performing asset. That is one. Second, your outstanding balance is not more than the sanction limit. It is below the sanction limit, but there are no credits made to that account for 90 days from the balance sheet date. Then we say your account is again out of order. It is a non-performing asset. Wait, what is the second situation? Outstanding balance is more. No. Outstanding balance is less than the sanction limit, but you have not credited anything to that account. For how many days, Baba? 90 days from the balance sheet date. Then ultimately your account is out of order and we say it is a non-performing asset. Third situation, your account outstanding balance is less than the sanction limit. It is below only. There are credits also, but the credit is not enough to cover the interest debited during that period. For a simple example, say bank has charged interest of nothing but 40,000 rupees. This is what they have debited, but you credited only 20,000 rupees. So is your credit enough to cover the debit? No. Then we say again your account is out of order and again it is non-performing asset. So how many things in case of overdraft facility out of order? 3. 1. Firstly, the outstanding balance is in excess of the sanction limit, out of order. Secondly, it is below the sanction limit, but there are no credits for 90 days from the balance sheet date. Acha. Third, again it is below the sanction limit, but there is credit also, but it is not enough to cover the interest debited during that period. All cool? All cool. Next one, agricultural advances. Now, what do you mean by agricultural advances? Can I say these are the money which is taken as loan by the farmers? Say for a simple example, I am farmer. Okay. Now, ultimately, so rude, yeah, you are, yeah. I can't become farmer. I can no. Eventually, I hope that. Don't talk to me. Yeah. Don't look at me. So rude, yeah. You are like, your career path is such, you became a chartered accountant, then just before the break you were auto driver, and suddenly now you are becoming a farmer. Slowly and steadily, God knows what you're going to become, it seems. It's okay, yeah. Exactly, it's a job to be praised after all. I know, right? Come on, yeah. Farmer is the, I mean, root cause for you spending most of the time eating. Acha, now listen. Supposing I'm a farmer, okay? So I require money because I want to grow crops so that you can eat all your life. Correct? So ultimately, I hope is I'll go to the bank, I'll tell to the bank, bank, money. The bank will ask, why do you want? Arey, you want to eat? No. Then you money. So ultimately, can I say because I want to cultivate? Acha. Now, bank will ask me, what do you want to cultivate? Then I have to tell them whether I'm cultivating a short duration crop or a long duration crop. Now, what is a short duration crop? Which normally gets ready in 45 to 60 days. What is a long duration crops? Which takes more than that time, like rice, ragi, etc. Okay. So ultimately, which takes more time is long duration, which takes short time, 45 to 60 days is short duration. Okay. We don't have to go in detail of what is short duration and long duration crops. Hello. We are not here to learn agriculture. We are here to learn auditing of this advance. Achha. So supposing if I go to the bank, I'm a farmer, I go to take a loan. Bank will ask me, you want loan for short duration or long duration? Okay. Supposing say I have taken a loan for short duration crops. Okay. Which you get ready in 45 to 60 days. Now, when will that loan become NPA? If I am unable to repay that installment on the due date, and from that due date, 2 crop seasons have gone by, still I have not repaid. Doubt. 2 crop seasons have gone by. Doubt. What is a crop season? Crop season is basically the time from cultivating till harvesting. The time that you have when you sow the seeds till the time you harvest, no, the time which is there is basically nothing but crop season. Okay. Crop season obviously depends. It depends upon, I hope, realize weather. It depends upon climatic conditions. That is how nothing but agriculture was taught in school also. But unfortunately, there also you're not paying attention. So ultimately, when I say agriculture, can I say it depends upon Mukilan most of the times, where Mukilan is going to come properly. So Mukilan, you are of so much use, you don't know, boss. So ultimately, can I say, yeah, this agricultural advances is dedicated to Mukilan. So ultimately, depending upon Mukilan, crop seasons will differ. It differs. See, if I do some crop here in Mumbai, and if I do the same crop in Punjab, trust me, the season, the time taken will be different because the climatic conditions are different. So what will be the crop season? That is decided by the state level bankers committee. So for simple example, Maharashtra is a state, say Punjab. Okay. Now Maharashtra's bankers will have crop season for that particular crop here. Then Punjab will have crop season for that particular crop there. So that defines what will be the crop season. Now, I am the farmer. I took a loan, but say now I am unable to repay the loan on the due date, and two crop seasons go by. So can I say it is overdue for two crop seasons? Then this loan will be treated as a non-performing asset. Now do you understand? Okay. On the other hand, say I took a loan for a long duration crop. Long duration crop, ragi, rice. Okay. If I took a loan for long duration crops, then if I am not repaid on the due date and one crop season goes, then ultimately I hope realize it will be treated as a non-performing asset. All cool. Very important. This comes in the examination for 2 marks. It is very scoring, very simple. They ask you a question like this. Listen. In case of an agricultural advance for a short duration crop, it will be termed as NPA if it is overdue for one crop season. No, for two crop seasons. Acha, how? Are short will be two, long one is enough. Are you think like Subway, no, Subway sandwich. I hope realize long, one is enough. Two small sandwiches you require like that. So short two, long one. I mean, keep that example. No, other examples are not that decent enough. All cool? Shri. Arey yaar, what will I tell ya? I'm trying to like deviate and you are like, ek to some people na looking. Acha, so can I say short, two, long, one, short, two, long, one, short, two, long, one. Very simple, yeah. Long, no. One. Like that also you can remember. See? It is nice, yeah. What you are doing like this, yeah. Some people are like, kill me, it seems. It is not that bad, yeah, which can kill, yeah. Long one, no. Rude, yeah, you are, yeah. Something nice, I tell you. I gave you example of Subway also. It actually comes now that 6 foot long and stuff. Yeah, a foot long. Don't talk to me. Next, credit card accounts. Come on, let us talk about some shopping. Some are like, kill me. No problems, I'll come and I'll kill you. Now focus. Huh. Credit card accounts. Acha, you already know what is a credit card? You obviously know, but you don't have one. That's fine. But you already know what is a credit card, correct? So ultimately, supposing say what we do, we have credit cards, we go to purchase something, then we purchase something, we swipe something, then when we swipe, we are using the bank's money. Later on, obviously bank is giving us credit, no, hence it is credit card. So ultimately, then later on, the bank will give us a statement and we have to pay that money back. Oh, hello, correct? Now, can I say, supposing if I swipe, okay, today, say I'm going to purchase something, okay, say I go to nothing but any watch shop. Okay, I'm going to take nothing but a new watch example. So ultimately then I bought a watch of say 15,000 and ultimately then I swiped it. So then what will happen later on when the statement date comes, they will send a statement to me, credit card statement. A credit card statement has two things which you can pay. One is known as minimum amount due and second is the full amount. Now how much was my full amount? 15,000. Minimum amount due is a certain fraction of this 15,000. It is very less. It is somewhere around 500, 600, 700 like that. It's just a fraction of this full amount. So I have two options. Either I pay minimum amount or I pay full. At least I should pay. If I pay minimum amount, the balance goes in the next statement. Supposing if I pay 600, then obviously 14,400 is left. No, that 14,400 will go to the next statement. Now do you understand? Achha. Now say this statement came. I did not pay. I did not pay the minimum amount also. I was like, not paying. Okay. Now, obviously this gets carried forward to the next statement. Can I say next statement, whatever is there, that will be there plus this 15,000 will be there. Come on, yeah. This will be the total amount. I did not pay then also. Wow. And 90 days have gone by. Still I have not paid this 15,000. then can I say they are expecting Rahul is never going to pay? The time is not going to come, although he has purchased a watch. Then use common sense. Can I say the bank will treat this as a non-performing asset because I'm not performing for that? I'm not giving them money. Now do you understand? So basically, first credit card account, there are basically two amounts. One is minimum amount due. Second is the total amount. Now I hope as if at all you people don't pay the minimum amount due also from nothing but 90 days from the next statement date. See, it is 90 days from the second statement, no? 90 days from there. If you don't pay, then your credit card account will be treated as a non-performing asset. All cool? Next, erosion in the value of security. Very important. Now, what do you mean by erosion in the value of security? Come on, yeah. Erosion is loss. Just like ultimately you write a paper, marks are lost. Erosion. So ultimately erosion in the value of security here. Okay. Now, who has given security to whom? Correct. Customer has given security to the bank. Can I say that security can lose value? For a simple example, it is risky, no? Supposing I hope as I give nothing but gold as security. I hope as gold prices keep on fluctuating. Supposing I give nothing but I hope as my house as security. What if ultimately in this area the prices fall due to any reason? Real estate prices fall. Acha, say ultimately I gave nothing but my commercial property as a security. What if that area has become earthquake prone? Then the prices will fall. So there'll be a loss in the value of security. Do you agree? So every now and then, you know what happens? The bank, they assess the value of the security. What is their current market value? Like that. Now hear carefully what I'm telling. If the realizable value of the security, what do you mean by realizable value? If I sell, what I will get, that is realizable value, is less than 50% of the value assessed last time, then we say it is a doubtful asset, non-performing asset. Wait, what happened? If the realizable value is less than 50% of the value assessed last time, supposing ultimately say last time the value was 100 lakhs of the security. Okay. But say suddenly I hope there is a drop in the real estate prices. And now the realizable value, if I go to sell that value of that security, what I get is only 40 lakhs. Use common sense. Use common sense. What is the value assessed last time? 100 lakhs. What is 50% of that? 50 lakhs. Now, is 40 lakhs less than 50 lakhs? Yes. It means your security is not even worth 50%, no? Then ultimately I hyperlize. What will you recover? You will hardly recover anything. Then I hyperlize. Can I say it is a doubtful asset? And therefore it is a non-performing asset. See, non-performing asset, I told you three things. Hello. Substandard, doubtful, and loss. Even if it is doubtful, it is a non-performing asset. Even if it is loss, it is a non-performing asset. All cool? Acha. Now, can the bank ask for further security? Normally, no. It is because I hope they agreed to take that as security in the initial phase, then that will be the only security. Obviously, bank has to deal with that. Actually, banks safeguard against that. You're not aware? Come on here, this much you should be aware here. You know so much of accounts FM. Listen, I'll give you a very simple example to understand. Supposing, say, loan and security. Supposing, say, security value is 100 lakhs. Okay. And say the loan also given is 100 lakhs. Okay. Now what will happen? Supposing if I don't repay the loan, bank will sell the security. What if they go to sell the security and they only get 80 lakhs? Can I say bank will suffer a loss of 20 lakhs? Come on here. This much do you understand? Know what I'm telling? Now, you know what will happen? Banks are very smart. You check out. You know what they do? They don't give loan of 100 lakhs at all. They give you loan which is maximum 80 to 85% of the security value. So they give loan only say of 80 lakh rupees. Now say I don't repay this loan. Then the bank will go to sell the security. If now they get 80 lakhs, then ultimately I hope there is no loss suffered, no? Hence bank give you lesser amount of loan. Why? Because they actually safeguard themselves against the fall in the value of the security. Supposing they get 100 lakhs, then 20 lakhs is profit. That's okay. But they are taking risk, no, after all. That's why this is known as margin basically. Yeah. Margin of safety. You have learned in estimation of working capital. Safety margins. Come on, yaar. All cool? See, hence it is here also, no? Here when I'm telling, it's that ways only. Hence bank will ultimately, I hope, be very careful when they are taking security. Arey, you when bank gives you loan na, they do KYC of the customer. They ultimately, I hope, I take the security. The bank officials come actually to value the security. They go to a registered valuer to value the security, and only if the registered valuer values the security properly and it is worth giving, only then the bank will give the loan. It is not something that ultimately you go to the bank will give the loan. Whatever you people see in the advertisements na, arey 5 minute loan, 7 minute loan, dash 5 minute 7 minute. In 5 minutes 7 minutes only what gets there is application form. Apart from that all the procedure remains. Disbursement of the loan and sanction of the loan takes time. It is not something which happens overnight. All cool? This is one. Secondly, see, if the realizable value of the security is less than 10% of the outstanding balance in the loan account, then it is a loss asset, non-performing asset. Now what do you mean by this? I'll explain. Listen carefully. Now say I had taken a loan of say 80 lakhs, assume. Okay. Now I've already repaid 10 lakhs. So how much is my outstanding loan? Can I say 70? Because I hope this is already repaid. Come on here. Acha. Now this is my outstanding. Correct? Now bank has taken security. Okay. Now say that security has lost value. You know what is the value of the security today? Today, the value of security is only 5 lakhs. Now use common sense. How much is my loan amount? 70. What is the value of the security? 5 lakhs. See, this happens in a very rare situation. Huh? Let me tell you. It happens in a situation where there is a drastic reduction. Like the economy has just been, recession has come over. Only then it will happen. Else it's a very rare, it will not happen. It's a very rare phenomenon. Okay. So ultimately say now it is only 5 lakhs. Think and answer. Worth 70 lakhs loan, they are only able to recover 5 lakhs. Think and answer. What is 10% of this? 7 lakhs. Is this amount even equal to 10%? Can I say it is less than 10% of this? Then I hope realize bank ultimately is only going to make a loss, no? So ultimately we tell it is a loss asset, which is a non-performing asset. Now do you understand? So see what is written. If the realizable value is less than 10% of the outstanding balance in the loan account, then it is a loss asset and therefore it is a non-performing asset. All cool? This has come in the examination for 5 marks. What are the situations where there is erosion in the value of the security? You have to write two. One, if the realizable value is less than 50% of the value which was assessed last time, then I hope it is a doubtful asset, which is a non-performing asset. Secondly, if the realizable value of the security, left hand side remaining the same, just the right hand side is changing, is less than 10% of the outstanding balance in the loan account, then we say it is nothing but a loss asset. Again, it is a non-performing asset. All cool? Okay. And lastly, CG guaranteed advances. Now, what do you mean by CG guaranteed advances? Supposing I have taken a loan from the bank, CG has given a guarantee on behalf of me to the bank. So if I default, who will pay? CG. Then use common sense. CG will to definitely pay no, yeah. So should any provision be created? No. And therefore we say no need to create any provision because CG will pay. But CG is stagnant. State governments, they are not that stagnant. If you people appreciate state governments to always change at midnight, I hope it is 3 a.m. something else, 8 a.m. something else. So ultimately, can I say SG, if they have guaranteed, that can be treated as NPA. It means ultimately, if I have taken a loan and say ultimately it is guaranteed by the state government, but say I have not paid for 90 days, it has become overdue. Then I hope still it will be treated as an NPA by the bank because it is guaranteed by the state government, not by central government. State government has a problem. Central government is still okay. State government, illa. All cool? I don't know how many of you are observing majorly 90 days. Term loan overdue for 90 days. Cash credit or overdraft facility, no credit for 90 days. Outstanding for 90 days. Agriculture and advance, but this is only different. Short to this one. Crop season to differs from the state to state. Credit card accounts, see, again 90 days. So ultimately, I hope as non-performing asset, everything is 90 days only. N no. N for non-performing, N for 90. Okay, don't look at me. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. As much as so rude. Yeah. Credit card also 90 days. Why na? Yeah. Huh. Come on. Copy. Have you copied this classification? I think from here it is left, no? Come on. Finish it. Finish it. Finish it. Finish it. Hey, it's a good chapter. Yeah. Decent chapter. Credit card alone, yeah, yeah. Credit card is very simple, yeah. See, credit card, when you people swipe, ultimately, I hope realize you owe the money to the bank. They will give you a statement. In that statement, there are two amounts: minimum amount due and total amount. Now, you have to pay either this or this at least. Minimum amount you have to pay. Say you have not paid minimum amount, and next statement comes. Still, you have not paid minimum amount, and 90 days go by. The next statement, then that will be treated as a non-performing asset. I hope I was clear enough. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Have you used credit cards ever? Obviously you have. The only thing is they are not yours. Exactly. But it is always fun to use somebody else's credit card. Huh? Trust me on that. I did it 3 days back only. Yeah, I just wanted to like renew my Netflix subscription. I don't have credit cards. I have all debit. So yeah, then I required a credit card. So I told one of my friends. I was like, do it for me, no? Yeah. He's like, yeah, yeah. Like good enough. Good friend. God bless him. Yeah, you also do that only, no? What else do you do? Exactly. You swipe everything on else only, bloody. Doshi. I know, right? What shows do I watch? I didn't know, yeah. Currently, though, not that much time here. Currently, 6, 9 hours lectures every day. Hardly have time here. Very tired. Yeah. Currently, I'm watching Suits, but then still it is not over. Suits season 8 is on. They have 9 seasons only. Family Man done. Now I've come to Suits. Suits had what before also, but the only thing is that I had given up in between because of, yeah, too much of work pressure. So then I did not have time to watch anything, but then I came back to them. It always happens sometimes, no? You people lose touch with somebody and suddenly something comes back to you. You don't know how it is. Nobody comes back to you. Oh, TVD ke TVF. Suits is decent, yeah. I like Suits. I like the professionalism which they show in that. It's nice. It's nice for various other reasons, but then come on, yeah, this is like a family channel. So it is a UA certificate. Can't the bank recover the credit card amount due from the customer's bank account? Normally, they don't do like that. And yeah, yeah, we'll try to finish the chapter today. Yeah. Now all the simple things are left. You have to check interest income. One reversal of income question is important. Apart from that, it is very simple. Can you please say about short-term loan I missed due to network? No, I can't. No. Give me 50 rupees fast. Very cheap. They're like, you are 50 rupiah, yaar. I mean, for 50 you are doing, yaar, Rahul. See, anything is welcome, yeah. Something is always better than nothing, yeah. Like when you get a tough paper now, one mark also will make a change. See, then you will be like, ha, yeah, 1 mark is also important. Then why 50 rupees is not? Come on, yeah. Someone like 50 rupees ka overacting, it seems. Someone like send me your GP number, I'll send. Aww. See, that is cute. Send me GP number. See, that is the way you ask for a number. I like the way that you're asking. Exactly. There are different ways to ask a number, don't you? Someone like 50 ka will give 5,000. I'm very sure you will take 10,000 then. I'm not falling in the trap, trust me. Yeah, yeah, I'm not sending you any dash QR code, nothing at all. Don't talk to me. So rude, yeah, Sumaya. Someone like 50 rupees should be cut for overacting, it seems. Huh. It was nice, yeah. Don't be rude, yeah. Then you will give 50. And then interest, and it will become double only bloody. Give now, no? Come on, yeah, Dania. Come on, last 2 minutes, huh? Finish it. This agricultural and erosion in the value of security, both of them are important. Yeah, they have come before in the examination for 2 and 5 marks respectively. I hope you will be able to write. Definitely, yeah. You want me to clear a bit? You want me to act like, yeah, Mahanagarpalika? Wait, I'll act like one. But remember, a long one, short two. You'll not forget a long long 2 marks. अरे यार. Yeah, Subway also, but then that long was more better somehow. Yeah, the thing was also better, but then it's fine. Oh my god, तेरा तो पार्टी चल रहा है बे. हाँ, ऐसा क्या हो गया भाई? ब्रेकअप? Because that is normally the time to party. Come on, yeah, Dania. Come to the textbooks. Come quickly, quickly, quickly. Criteria for nothing but classifying asset as a non-performing asset. Market important. In that, firstly, this is in case of a term loan. So interest and or installment of principal overdue for more than 90 days. Be careful, more than 90 days. Hmm. Then this was in case of a term loan. This is in case of nothing but cash credit or overdraft facility. If it is out of order, how can it be treated as out of order? I told you three things now. One, if the outstanding balance is continuously in excess of the sanction limit for 90 days. So this is one. Second, the outstanding balance in the operating account is less than the sanction limit, but there are no credits continuously for 90 days on the balance sheet date. So this is two. Or credits are not enough to cover the interest debited during the same period. So this is three. Then these accounts are out of order. I hope all of the three are clear. Next, agricultural advances. This is important. It is nothing but overdue for two crop seasons, but that is for short duration crops. That is installment, principal, or interest. Thereafter, installment of principal or interest overdue for one crop season for long. So long one, short two. Credit card accounts. So this is what I was talking about. The amount spent on the bill of credit cards users through a monthly statement with a definite due date for repayment. Banks give an option to the credit card users to pay, see, either the full amount or a fraction of it. That is minimum amount due. This is what I was talking about. On the due date and roll over the balance amount to the subsequent month's billing cycle. If you're paying attention, you'll understand everything of it. Thereafter, a credit card account will be treated as non-performing asset when if the minimum amount due, as mentioned in the statement, is not paid fully. Minimum amount is not paid fully, within 90 days from the next statement date. And the gap between two statement dates should not be more than a month. I hope you followed. Hmm. Thereafter, erosion in the value of security. This is very important. Mark credit card also important. And mark agricultural advances important. Three things from your genuine questions. Erosion in the value of security. This is your first part. and this is your second part. Okay, erosion is basically loss. Okay, erosion in the value of security can be recognized as significant when the realizable value of the security is less than 50% of the value which was assessed by the bank or accepted by RBI at the last time of inspection. Such NPAs are straight away classified under doubtful category and provision should be made. How much provision, that you will learn in accounts chapter. Don't worry about it. Thereafter, if realizable value of the security as assessed by the bank or approved valuers or RBI is less than 10% of the outstanding in the borrower accounts, the existence of security should be ignored because it is hardly there. And the asset should be straight away classified as loss asset. It may be written off fully provided by the bank. In other words, 100% provision. This term deposits not required. Don't worry about that. Come down. Central government guaranteed advances. Loan is guaranteed by the central government. There is no need to create NPA provision on the amount of the asset. However, the income accrued but not realized must be reversed. This I'll explain. Don't worry. I told you a reversal of income. However, state government guaranteed advances, whatever are there, they would attract asset classification and provision norms if the interest or principal or any amount due is overdue for no more than 90 days. Come on, you're all cool? Acha, this provisioning you will learn in accounts. Huh? Shall we go ahead? Okay, now listen. What did I tell you about this income? This income which will come, can I say this should be recognized as per AS 9? That is on which basis? Can I say accrual? That is where the problem is. It means you are recognizing the income on accrual basis, not on receipt basis. See, it may happen like this now. Any interest which is accrued, bank will directly credit its P&L. No? So bank will credit na, by interest income. Be careful, it is interest income. It is P&L. It is not cash flow. P&L and balance sheet are made on accrual basis. Cash flow statement is the only financial statement prepared on cash basis. Now, when I say by interest income, can I say bank will already recognize some income as per AS9? Now, it may so happen that after recognizing the income, later on that account becomes NPA. It can happen, no? Ultimately, I hope realize, say I was a good customer for the bank. I was paying EMIs timely, but later on now I'm facing financial crunch. So ultimately now I'm not paying only. So ultimately say for 90 days, I have not paid only. So can I say I become NPA? So if I become NPA, can I say bank should now create provision? So ultimately this income which they have recognized, you tell me, is it proper? No, because now there are doubts over this income. Then since there are doubts over this income, you people should reverse that income, which is known as reversal of income. And how do you reverse the income? You reverse the income in simple words by making a provision. Now, common sense, no? If I write income here, if I write provision here, can I say it is already reversed? Because what was credited is now debited. So obviously it is reversed. You understood what I told? So supposing the bank has recognized the income on accrual basis, but later on it is realized that the account has become NPA or there is not going to be any income, then I hope the income which has already been recognized later on now has to be reversed. All cool? Come, textbook. Important. Prudence is conservatism, yeah. What about that? But accrual basis, so you can do only, no, it is allowed only. There, prudence conservatism does not come. Accrual, so it allows, you know, just that, see, at the time that you are making that loan, you are sure, no? See, what do you mean by prudence or conservatism? You have to decide at the time of that transaction what happens. At the time of transaction, was there any uncertainty? No. Arey, that is what is AS9, no? Revenue recognition. What does AS9 tell to you? If there is any uncertainty regarding collectability, then I hope as you should recognize it on cash basis, only when it is certain. Till that time, you don't recognize, no? But I hope as if at the time of making transaction, you are certain that you are going to receive, then you will record only, no? Why will you not record? So see, If any advance, including bills purchased and discounted, who purchases the bills and discounts? Bank. Correct. What if later on it gets dishonored? Correct. So if that becomes NPA, then the entire interest accrued and credited. Huh? Be careful. Huh? It is not only accrued, it should be recorded also. No, I recorded it. No, credited in the past periods should be reversed in the same if not realized. If the same is not realized, you have to reverse it. This will apply to government guaranteed advances also. Be careful, it is government guaranteed, irrespective of state or central. Ah. Thereafter, in respect of NPAs, fees, commissions, and similar income that have accrued should cease to accrue in the current period, then it should be reversed in respect of the past period if uncollected. So if you have to receive some fees or commission or any similar income, then ultimately I hope as if you have not received, sorry, reverse it. Come on, yaar, can I say very manageable? You get a short note on this for 4 to 5 marks. See, this is reversal of income, but that I have not written anything because we have done it from the text. So that is fine, no? See, important to understand is two things. Huh? It accrued plus you recorded, then it became NPA, then it has to be reversed. This is how it actually should flow. So it accrued plus recorded, later on became NPA, and therefore it has to be reversed. All cool? All cool. Come on. Very easy. Yeah. It is basically, see, if you know AS9 now, you will know this. But you should know AS9. Okay. Acha. Now think, oi, listen now. Now we have all the auditing things. Can I say there will be nothing but advances which are there, loans given. So auditor will have to check whether the loans given are proper or not. Hello. Ultimately, there may be a situation where ultimately there is a relative of a director and the loan is given to that relative of a director without doing KYC. Then I hope as it is manipulation. Can I say it is a loophole? Can I say it is a fraud which is done? So ultimately, can I say there is no proper authorization? So ultimately, auditor will have to check, no? Okay, then see. Now what we have to learn is basically audit of advances. Listen carefully. Firstly, auditor will have to check whether the advances are properly classified or not. Now, when I say classified, can I say they are classified into standard and non-performing asset? Non-performing has substandard, doubtful, and loss. Correct? But can I say once you make classification, you also have to make provision as per that classification? And that provision percentages, they are given by RBI. So you will have to check the classification and the provisions. All cool? Achha. Thereafter, you will have to check the internal controls for those advances. In other words, whether ultimately KYC was done of the customer or not. See, I hope realize you have to do KYC of the customer, no? For a simple example, that customers, you people will take income tax returns to check whether he is nothing but worth giving the credit or not. So ultimately, can I say you will take all the documents to check? This I will explain you more in detail because it is down. See, evaluation of ICS over advances, which is separate question only on ICS for advances. But for advances overall, what do you see? Classification, then you will see internal controls, then you will have to check the documentation, whether the documents are properly or not. Correct, because documentation is important. Next, you will see whether that advance given is recoverable or not. In other words, whether the bank was going to get some income or not. It should not happen that they have given loan to anybody where income recognition was not there. And lastly, whether the security was adequately taken or not. Can I say very manageable? Yeah. Okay. Let us do ICS also. It is more simple. See, you will have to check the credit worthiness of the customer. In simple words, can I say CIBIL score? I hope realize banks will always see the CIBIL score, whatever is it. And according to that, they will nothing but grant the loan. So they will have to do KYC and check the credit worthiness, whether he is worth giving the loan or not. Can I say you will have to check the documentation? Can I say you'll have to check the terms of sanction, whether the terms of sanction are proper or not? It should not happen that ultimately the bank is given loan to everybody at 8% and this person is given only at 2%. Can I say then there seems to be a related party transaction? So terms of sanction should be proper. Next, you will have to check whether margin is kept again any decline in the security. This I already explained to you. Okay. Thereafter, the security should be registered in the name of the bank. Like I gave you a mortgage deed. Acha. And lastly, if there are some irregular accounts, it should be brought to the notice of the controlling authority. For a simple example, some advances are not paying, they are not paying EMIs. Then ultimately, can I say it should be brought to the attention of the controlling authority, whosoever is the authority in the bank, that such customer is not paying the amount. Now see what we have to do. The actions to be taken thereafter. All cool? All cool. Come to the textbook. Hmm. Audit of advances, 5 marks. Classification and disclosure. Thereafter, internal control, that is the policy of the bank, the sanctioning authority, verifying the credibility of the borrower, and the system of recording the advances. Thereafter, documentation. What is the purpose of the loan? Housing or car, personal loan, whatever it may be. The sanction letter, security, and collaterals taken from the borrower. Recoverability and income recognition. Provisioning and NPA norms. And lastly, whether the security is adequate and legally enforceable or not. It means it should not be some property which you are giving on which there is some case which is going on. Now that is not legally enforceable then. All cool? Okay. Next, evaluation of internal control over advances. Be careful, no? It is internal control only over advances. Because that is the main part, no, after all. Acha, why does he have to check this ICS? Array, if the ICS here is weak, then can I say obviously audit procedure should be more. And if the ICS is strong, audit procedures will be less. Then see now, the auditor should examine the efficacy obviously of the vaccines we have heard many number of times in the current scenario. Anyways, the efficacy of the various internal controls over advances to determine what? See, NTE of his substantive procedures. Substantive is taking financial statements. No? In general, the internal controls will include checking the following. The bank should make an advance only after satisfying to the credit worthiness of the borrower, CIBIL score, after obtaining sanction from the appropriate authorities. Thereafter, all the necessary documents should be there, like agreements, letter of hypothecation. It should be executed by the parties before the advances are made. Then the terms of the sanction and the end use of the funds. It should be ensured. It should not be like I'm taking a working capital loan but using as a personal loan. Thereafter, sufficient margin in the sanction letter should be kept against any securities for any decline in the value thereof. Thereafter, any securities which require registration should be registered in the name of the bank. Inter alia means among other things, it should include all this. Where ultimately the accounts, they exceed sanction limits. It means, can I say they have become irregular? Then it should be brought to the notice of the controlling authority. Come on, yaar. Can I say manageable? Very, yeah. Trust me, if you know that flowchart, no, this flowchart, you will easily know. Come on, finish it. Flowchart is all yours. Yeah, yeah, definitely. In fact, currently Vodafone's auditors have come out with a statement that the company is not a going concern after they have posted the 11th loss, continuous consecutive loss of quarterly results. The auditors currently are EY, Ernst and Young. SR Bartley Boy is actually EY only. Just the name is the other firm, SR Bartley Boy. So basically, they have come out with a statement that yeah, it is not a going concern basis. It does not seem to be a going concern. You know, we had done SA 570. You remember going concern? I told you that auditor has to report whether going concern is there or not, and there were nothing but I hope as those indicators which indicate there is. In that, I hope as in the financial indicators there were substantial operating losses. Then I hope as that substantial operating losses Vodafone is making for 11th consecutive quarter. So they have posted the 11th consecutive quarterly loss. And due to that, the auditors have come out with a statement that going concern seems to be uncertain, like that. It is there in the newspapers, every newspaper. That is why I'm telling you, see, it is an important information after all. You see what happens to the stock. The stock crashed 15, 18% something. Now, see, that is what happens. It is an important information. That is what I'm trying to tell you. Auditors are not something which is a piece of cake. I hope as the information that they come out with, I hope as that is relevant, no? Eventually. For the investors, it is so relevant. The stock crashed. I mean, imagine the investors lost so much of money due to that information. It obviously seems very like how it can happen, like that, something like that. But it is real, no? When you actually see in reality, then you realize, oh yeah, this is something real. It happens in real life many number of times. Sometimes you just see something, yeah, like expected something, but sometimes it happens, and then what happens in reality? Yeah, you feel like, oh yeah, no. Like you see somebody in real, oh yeah, no, yeah, he's Rahul, no, oh yeah, he taught us, no, like that, something, no, so rude, yeah. But from my reality, others you are interested. Don't look at me, yeah. Chumma blame me. Nice, yeah, it was. Why are you like this, yeah? Obviously, I'll also feel the same for you. Yeah, I'll be like, oh, you. Nice. Like that, I'll tell you nicely. Sanya, why here, yeah, today in the morning? Chumma. Come on here, copy this fast. Then, hurry, chup re. Yeah, what, no? They, Vodafone crashed like, oh, अच्छा. अच्छा, इसके लिए अभी आई है क्या वो? No, no, I am not a Vodafone user, Baba. There is no going concern in the network also. Forget going concern in financial statements. There's no going concern in their business only. I'm very sorry, but thanks. There, ultimately, people tell to their network, thanks for not coming. Yeah, Geo. I wanted to do Airtel, but then Geo is also okay. Fair enough. Come on, yeah, done. Come on, your last 30 seconds, Abhi. Hey, that Sev Puri joke was nice. Huh? I told you only, that Sev Puri joke. It was nice, yeah. Don't be rude, yeah. Whatever, yeah. Yeah, main duck was nice, no? I am not telling any joke. You bloody make fun of me. Huh. You think I have like the jokes ka thing, yeah? Every time I come, I'll have to tell you jokes, it seems. Shut up. What? One. Shut up and let us finish this first. This is the last slide. Let us finish this. Listen. Now, what we have is nothing but audit of revenue items. Listen. Someone like try some good joke, it seems. So rude. So rude, yeah. On face, you are telling me like that, yeah? Try some good joke, it seems. Don't talk to me, yeah. No, yeah, I just felt bad. It's okay. Listen. Now, when I say audit of revenue items, can I say revenue for the bank is nothing but income? Come on, yeah. Can I say income what they will get is on advances? Come on, yeah. Now, can I say this income has to be recognized on accrual basis as per AS9? Come on, yeah. But it is recognized on accrual basis only if income is material. If this income is supposing immaterial, then it has to be recognized on cash basis. Now, when it will be material, that I will tell you shortly. Okay. That depends upon whether the bank is following gross basis or it is following net basis. Net means they will take net profit, which is basically, I hope, is incomes minus expense. Gross means they will only take the revenue. They will not reduce the expenses. Okay. Now, firstly, all the revenue items, all material income should be recognized as per AS9. Immaterial should be on cash basis. What is material? That I will tell you. Don't worry about it. Okay. Next, it should be recognized on which basis? Accrual basis, as it is earned. If it is uncertain, then it should be recognized on cash basis. Can I say this is what is told by AS9 also? Acha. If supposing later on it becomes NPA, you recognize something, you recorded something, later it becomes NPA, what will you do? Reverse, correct. Then you'll have to reverse the income. Even if fees and commission are there, that also has to be recognized on accrual basis. See, fees and commission, you already know, yeah. I hope they take various fees. I hope if you go to make a draft, they charge you fees. If you go for nothing but some work, then ultimately they may charge commission. Factoring commission is also there. You have learned in hello receivables management factor. Bank charge factoring commission also, no? That also has to be recognized on accrual basis. What if the company does not give factor commission? Popad. Correct. Then reversal of that income. Now do you understand? It is everything linked only. Everything is. Acha. Last thing. Audit of expenses. So simple. Can I say expenses mean ultimately, I hope realize they have to pay interest. But can I say interest will be on the deposits of the people? Acha. Can I say there are different types of deposits? There is fixed deposit. There is savings bank deposit. Correct? So ultimately, can I say all the deposits interest should be paid? Now, take SBI for example. SBI will have crores of customers. It has. My simple question, auditor of SBI will check all customers' savings bank interest, whether all the savings bank customers are given interest or not. Then trust me on earth, what you will do is only one audit, SBI, and once only. Correct. So can I say we'll do sampling? Acha, for all he has to do sampling only, mad. See, then interest should be provided on all deposits, all. Okay, rates should be as per RBI and bank's internal regulations. RBI gives you minimum rate. You can have more than that if you so want, because that depends upon bank internally. Are you must have heard na? There is clashes between banks. For a simple example, there is competition. Na? One bank always tells we will give you 6% on your savings bank interest. Other tells we will give you 6.5% on your savings bank interest. And there is always a star, which we never see. But I hope that star is terms and conditions apply. Normally, the condition is you have to keep at least 1 lakh minimum in that account. Why do I know? Let's not talk about it. No, I don't have that much money. Yeah. Look at me. I asked for 50 rupees from you. Why will I ask 50 when I have lakhs of rupees in my bank? So that my lakh of rupees increases by 50. Correct. Now listen, sharp. Next is if there is fixed deposit, you have to check whether the interest is as per receipt or certificate. Now see, have you made any fixed deposit in life? No, but I have. So ultimately, when you make a fixed deposit, no, they give you a fixed deposit receipt. On that receipt, the interest rate is written 6%, 5.5%. So auditor will have to check whether the interest is paid as per that rate or not. Savings account, interest is as per the rules of the bank, just as I told to you. And if the say you made a term deposit, fixed deposit for 3 months, and 3 months have already gone by. So can I say your deposit has matured? Still the money is with the bank. Then bank has still to provide the interest on that. They will not provide the interest on that which was on the certificate, but they will at least provide the minimum interest as per the rules of the bank, because the money is there with the bank. All cool? All cool. Come on, first finish this. Acha, this material income I'll tell you, huh? From the textbook. Yeah, don't worry about that. CAG. Acha, chal, one I'll tell. One I'll tell. One only, yeah? Yeah. Be receptive, okay? I'm telling it to you. You dare not be receptive. Acha. Once you people were very sad and you were like, yeah, now what to do? So then once you thought, chalo, yeah, I'll just go and sit alone, spend some time alone. So you people went to the riverside and you are now sitting. Now you are talking to most of the people on earth, but they are not, yeah, they are not listening to you. So you are like, no problems. Yeah, I'll talk to myself and I'll talk to the river who is flowing. So now ultimately I hope realize you sat there besides the riverside and you are now talking to the river. But I hope realize the river is also not listening to you. Why? River is also not listening. Yeah. So sad. Why? It is running. Correct. Because river bheri hai. It is flowing. Bheri. Bheri is flowing. It was nice, yeah. So rude, yeah. You don't ask me, yeah, then, yeah. It was nice, yeah. River bheri, yeah. Exactly. See, it was like a riddle, yeah. You people also know the answer now. Because I hope that your brains are also getting developed the same way. Now, see, somebody is telling already the joke to somebody. Give me 50 rupees for that now. You cannot use my joke here. It is like so rude, yeah. Huh. Yeah, copyright, exactly. Huh. Chalo, copy first. Copyrights, it seems. Someone like one more. Arey, what, yeah. Acha, chal. Now, once what happened, Jackie Chan is there, no? So, Jackie Chan's mother in law, she got kidnapped. Jackie Chan's mother in law, she got kidnapped. Now, I have to bring her. How will I bring? I have to bring her. I'm the one who has to find her. Okay. Jackie Chan's mother in law. What will I do? Arey, what? Why are you worried about who is Jackie Chan's wife? You listen, no? So, I have to bring back Jackie Chan's mother in law. What will I do? I will tell you. I will apply Vicks. Why? क्योंकि Vicks like चैन की सांस. चैन की सांस. It was nice, yeah. अरे यार. It was nice, yeah. अरे सांस means. अरे. अरे सांस means mother-in-law, no? Yeah, चैन की साथ जैकी चैन की साथ. It was nice, yeah. They're like, if you tell this to the kidnapper, no, kidnapper will anyways give you. Tell him the joke. Yeah, yeah. हाँ but चैन की सांस ना it is like that. चैन is actually आराम rest but that I just someone like will kill ourselves. They're like we will not apply Vicks today. So rude, yeah, you are. Yeah. It was not that bad, yeah. Very bad. Someone like time has come to leave Earth. No, yeah, it's not that a mocha joke, yeah. नो रे मेरे पास क्या उतना टाइम है क्या ओ वेरी मोका whatever yeah it was not that bad yeah come on you're done there was one more but if I tell you you'll be like what the hell I'll tell you the next time they're like if you tell one more now we are leaving meeting no yeah yeah Bhav, I'll try yeah no yeah shut up let us finish the job I wanted to finish chapter now I'm doubting I'm very skeptical whether it will get finished or not one two things may remain it's okay we also can carry forward now 90 days later than that it will become non-performing asset till then it is still okay फिनिश्ड यहाँ. चल ए, तू स्क्रीनशॉट ले. Okay. Now listen. This, what is this material income? Come to the textbook. See, this is audit of revenue items. RBI has advised that any income, see now, which exceeds what? 1% of total income of the bank if the income is recognized on gross basis. This is one. Second is this part. Or 1% of net profit before tax if it is reckoned on net of cost. This should be considered as material and on accrual basis. You understood what happened? Now listen. Oi, listen. Bank has two options. Either they will follow gross basis or they will follow net basis. Supposing if they follow gross basis, okay, then what will happen? Very simple. If they are following gross basis, can I say there will be incomes? Okay. Now when I take total of this, can I say ultimately this is my gross income? Now what I will do is I will take 1% of this gross income. Okay, I'll get some number. Okay. Now say this income is greater than this number. This single income is greater than this number. Then this income is not normal, it is material. And since it is material, I have to record this on accrual basis. Now do you understand? Acha, supposing say this is also greater, then this is also material. This is not greater, then this is immaterial. I will record on cash basis only. I will not record in P&L till I receive. This is when you follow gross basis. What is net basis? Net basis means what you do. You take all incomes, you take all expenses, then you take net profit. You take 1% of this now, net income, net profit before taxes. Okay. Now what you do? Very simple. Just like I was comparing this with this, you just have to compare this with this. So either you follow gross or you follow net. That depends upon what the bank has been following. All cool? Okay. Next. If any item is income is not considered to be material as per the above norms, it may be recognized when it is received, and auditors need not qualify the statement in that situation. Means there's no disagreement. It's okay. No misstatement. Banks recognize income such as interest, fees, commission on accrual basis. That is as it is earned. It is an essential condition for accrual income that it should not be unreasonable to expect ultimate collection. In modern day banking, the entries of the interest income on advance are automatically generated through a batch process in the CBS system. What is CBS? Core banking system. Basically, it is IT. If you have done in IT. Exactly, EIS, which is prominently called as, so prominently. Achha. If, however, there is any significant uncertainty regarding ultimate collection, in case of a non-performing asset, then bank should not recognize income until it is actually realized. This is what AS9 also tells. Where any credit facility is classified as a non-performing asset for the first time, pehla time. Achha. Then interest accrued and credited to the income account. Correct. Can I say it has to be? Correct. Which has not been realized should be reversed or provided for. This I told you will apply to the government guaranteed accounts also. This not required. Fees and commissions which is earned by the banks as a result of renegotiations or rescheduling should be recognized on accrual basis over the period of time covered. Dania. Okay. Thereafter, audit of expenses. Audit of expenses for you is not this point, not this point. It starts with here. The auditor should on a test check basis. What is test check? Sampling basis. Firstly, interest is provided on all deposits up to the date of the balance sheet. Next, interest are in accordance with the bank's internal regulations, RBI directives, and agreements with the respective depositors. In case of fixed deposits, it should be examined whether interest rate in the accounting system. See, this is the accounting system. Banks, all companies should have accounting system, ICS. Whether it is in accordance with interest rate mentioned in the fixed deposit receipt or certificate. And if it is on savings account, it should be checked on a test type basis, because you cannot check crores of customer, no, with the rules framed by the bank in this behalf. And lastly, for any overdue or mature term deposits, it should be estimated and also provided. Oh yeah, we have 5 minutes. We can do something at least. One question we can finish, small one if you say so. We can do engagement team discussions. That is one of the very important questions that is there. This calculation of drawing power will happen in accounts. Huh? You write down that. It will not happen here. Oh, Rishabh Bahubali. Seriously. Itna simple, yeah. Yeah, you shut up, yeah. You don't come here to make jokes here. You come here to learn, yeah. So rude. Someone like, if you take a Bahu to Bali, what will it be? It seems. Bahubali, it seems. See, we anyways have too much to handle in audit. Don't give me these, yeah. Exactly, yeah. No reaction. Come. Let us do the engagement team discussion, no? Then we'll get lost. Acha, see this classification of advances I had told you. Huh? There is a standard asset and then non-performing asset. Non-performing assets have three things, if you remember. Substandard, then anybody? Doubtful, and loss. Correct. So you fall in the last category, probably. I'm just asking. Okay, okay, fine. Okay, okay. No, no, you heard to my joke. I'm so sorry. And you responded also, but not that nicely. They're like, look at your joke. Wicks like a chain ki saas, it seems. Standard asset is an asset which is not classified as an NPA. Who do you are? This asset exhibits no problem in the normal course other than usual business risk. That is okay. Bas, that's it. Finished. Full stop here. Thereafter, it is repetition. Check no. So that if at all you don't understand once, they're again telling you because they trust you. A non-performing asset we already have seen. Okay. This non-performing we saw no in 5.8. You rude. This all we saw no non-performing. Then Acha. Thereafter, see all this we are not going to do. Huh? Advances, this all they comprise of what? Because all this you are going to do in accounts. Okay. Our job is basically focused on auditing aspect of it. Okay. Now what I want you all to do is engagement team discussions. You will get. Wait. Let us finish. No, yeah. You want me to do it next time? Really? See, it is only this much, yeah. Understanding the bank and its environment, including ICS, check about prior periods. If you tell, I'll do, but it is important. Yeah, I don't want to miss it. Next time, why? Yeah, you are like this. Yeah, it's okay. Go. Fair enough. I'll do the next time. Oh, hurry, my God. Yeah, solid. It was nice. Yeah, I liked it.